Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today I'm going to be reading for the astrological sign of Gemini from October 16th through the 31st. Remember, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with you. I basically give you the advice, take what you like, leave the rest. Also, too, I want to thank everyone who has viewed my videos and who have subscribed. I will ask that you subscribe below, like, view, comment. I really enjoyed the comments and I do read the comments. So I would ask you to do that. If this actually encourages me, it shows me that what I'm providing you is of value to you. So I do want, and if not necessarily resonating with you, at least it's something, maybe it's a little bit of entertainment. So I would like you to do that, please. Also, one of the comments was that, and I look up because I'm looking at the screen, behind me people were saying, what are you going to put up there? You need to have something behind you. I will put something up. I just have to find it or figure out what that is. Also, too, on my couch behind me, some people found my red pillow a little irritating and they said, get rid of it. And I do not have that behind me anymore. So let's start with our reading. Again, Gemini, October 16th through the 31st. We start again with our Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards. I will try to keep the glare down, but I do need to be able to see. And let's start. Now again, this is for Gemini, October 16th through the 31st. And I generally will pull 3 cards unless cards jump out, because then that's what needs to be read, because that's what my angel guides, spirit guides are telling me to tell you. So I've gotten 2 that have jumped out so far. Anything else? What else for Gemini? Gemini, October 16th through the 31st. Anything for, okay, you want to come out. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's put this over here. Let's see what we have now. Gemini, this looks wonderful. Should I share? This looks great. This is the best reading that I've had. And I've had some good readings and I've had some very intense readings, but 9 of Water, which is your 9 of Cups. And if you look at that, let's see, your wish comes true. Okay, I'm going to try to get that a better. Okay, your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love of life. Knight of Water. Emotions, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions. Okay, that's going to be a little bit odd in this time. I'll talk to you more about it. An invitation to a social event. And then we have a major arcana, which is renewal. Okay. Which is review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. And I'm telling you, this is great. I mean, what can I tell you? Your wish comes true. So what are you wishing for, Gemini? Are you wishing for, what are you wishing for? I'm feeling that it's an emotional wish. I mean, I know we have the Knight of Water here. And, falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotion, an invitation to a social event. Review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. So Gemini, are we renewing anniversaries? Are we getting, I'm feeling that this is actually, okay, whenever this is all new stuff coming on, it's going to be great, it's going to be feeling wonderful, it's going to have high emotions, all of these things which Gemini, necessarily the intellectual, doesn't necessarily always trust. So when this starts to come to you, I want you to trust it a little bit more than you generally do. Now, this could be that, again, to relationships could be, I always say it could be a job, it could be your family, it could be your spouse, it could be your significant other, it could be, just any kind of, tightness relationships. But I am really getting romantic relationship here. And I'm not necessarily one that does romantic relationships. It's more, like I said, mine are more a little bit on the broad side, because when you're doing this, it's a little harder to, to narrow that down. But I am feeling that this is more of a romantic relationship. And the fact that it's renewal, I think that it might not necessarily, I don't believe it's a new relationship. I think it's an old relationship, or it's a relationship that is, that's current and that actually gets jump started a little bit, that gets renewed. I hope that makes sense to you, because these are some wonderful cards. Now, I will tell you, and I'm telling everybody this, please watch Scorpio, because we do have Venus going retrograde, and it started on the October 5th, which is part of that is Libra, another air sign. So that's really good for you, because that actually brings you an equilibrium. But then once it goes into Scorpio, and I don't really think that this is going to affect you per se, but it affects people around you, then things will be very intense and relationships will be very stressed, okay? But again, I don't think that's going to happen for you unless you're involved with a Scorpio, or I would even go with, if you're involved in with a Scorpio or a Pisces, and I haven't gotten to Cancer yet, but the water signs, I think we're going to have a little bit of a hard time with this time. So I don't think you are involved with those in this level. But this is something, well, you might have some Cancer, but this is something that it's basically, you've got your wish card, your wishes. So whatever you've been wishing for, you're entering in the last 2 weeks of October. You're entering into a wonderful time. I don't know what else to tell you about that. And it might even be that an old relationship, or relationship that's, kind of on that stagnant side, it actually renews itself. So maybe this thing with Venus going retrograde, that actually might be the kick that your relationship has needed. Okay? I'm good with this. Okay, let's go next to our psychic tarot cards. Okay, what can you clarify these cards? These are wonderful cards. Is it all going to be sugar cane and cotton candy for Gemini for October 16th through the 31st? Because Gemini doesn't always trust that. They like it. And I believe that you are actually a romantic at heart, but I don't think you trust it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, right, Dev. I don't think this is going to happen. So please, what else can we tell? What else can we tell Gemini for the time period between October 16th and the 31st? Okay, the 31st. There's one card that's popped out. Anything else? No. So we're just going to go with the one card at this time. And the thing is, okay, this card, and it came up upside down, is sacrifice. Now look at her. Okay. Don't think of this as the other shoe. I believe that this is saying all the stuff that you have been sacrificing, all of the time that you've been giving, all of the, I'm kidding, all of the time you held back from telling that person what you really thought. And that is kind of a sacrifice, especially for my Geminis. All of these things that you have, sacrificed. Maybe you've been putting somebody through, or helping somebody go through school. Maybe you've been helping somebody. I feel like you have actually been helping somebody. There's been somebody that you've been helping. That could be a child. That could be a spouse. Okay, we all know about that. But you've been helping them, and I think you've been helping them not only, emotionally and spiritually, but you've been helping them financially too. Well, all of that's going to actually be come back to you. Well, I'm not going to say all, because you might have spent $20,000. You're not going to get $20,000 in the next 2 weeks. So don't think that. But the sacrifice that you have been through. Now look at her, okay? Look at her, that she's rising out of the water, and yet, there's the water which has been gray and muddy, but yet she's coming out in a beautiful white, whatever that is, swimsuit gown. It's not touching the water is not touching it. She is proud. She is standing tall. There's a rainbow that that's coming to her. The clouds, all of the stuff, all of that sacrifice. It's gone now, and you're going to reap your reward, okay? The reward is coming. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. I believe it's your wishes come true. Maybe that's what, your wish is. I have sacrificed so much. I have sacrificed my emotions. I have sacrificed so much for this other thing, person, situation. It's going to come back. Now the time is, whether it's somebody even coming to you to say, you know what, I appreciate everything you did. Oh my gosh, this is from somebody that might not have ever said that to you before, but it's something that it's coming back to you. Excellent. I like these last 2 weeks for you. Okay, now we're going to do our Osha Zen Tarot cards, or Oshi. Oshi, what final words can we tell Gemini? I mean, it looks like their last 2 weeks of October is going to be pretty darn good. What other things can we tell Gemini? What can we tell them for October 16th through October 31st? What else can we tell them? Is there anything else that we can tell them? I mean, do they need to know anything else except that these are some good stuff coming, I mean, I love this stuff. I love what's coming. You've had some hard times lately too. I mean, a lot of this has been very hard for a lot of our signs, and okay, anything else? I feel like I need to take this one too. Okay. I think this is basically telling you again about your sacrifice. I think that you have felt, because of what you've been put through with these gray waters, I think that you have felt very alone. I think that you have had a lot of voices telling you maybe that, oh, do it this way or don't do it that way. I mean, I think that you've had a lot of people just kind of converging on you, and telling you, just basically what you needed to do. This is what I would have done. This is, you always do this. And, I think that that's been very hard. I think you've had a lot of people where you've been really kind of just saying, no, I'm not doing this. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is what I know to be right. Okay? This is what I've done. This is what I know to be right. And this is reversed, and it shows that you have had a lot of courage in, and I hope this is making sense to you, that with all of what you've had to fight, because I think that you've had to fight these people. I think that you've had to fight these voices, these outside voices that have been telling you this is what you need to do. I think that you have felt so alone because you've been taking the trail that you've been taking you've been doing what you felt was the right thing. But because of your courage, these last 2 weeks, are going to actually blossom for you. I mean, that's a very easy way to say it. It's going to blossom. Your sacrifice, whatever that sacrifice has been, and I think it's more of an emotional sacrifice. I think it's more with people. But your sacrifice is finally coming to an end, and it's finally going to give you, I don't want to say a reward, but it's going to give you the rainbow. I mean, it's going to give you the rainbow. It's going to be the wishes, your wishes coming true. Okay? It's going to give you something that Gemini just doesn't believe in, You're intellectual, I don't believe this stuff, So what I'm going to tell you to do, Gemini, is enjoy it, okay? I will tell you to enjoy it and to just be happy with what you're doing, okay? Now, I will tell you, excuse me, I just had to try to turn that off. I will ask you again I remind you, this is a general reading. Take what you like, leave what you don't. But I think that you're going to have a really good last 2 weeks of October. Please go and listen to Scorpio, just because there's a lot of signs that are going to be affected by this this Venus retrograde. But at the same time, your wish is coming true. Your sacrifice is ended. You're going to have a great last 2 weeks. Hope you like that. I do. I think it's a great time. Please remember, subscribe below and like, share, comment. Let me know if I got it right. Let me know if I didn't get it right. I hope I did get it right, because this is a great reading. Thank you. Have a great October. Bye-bye.